Yamakara. Hello, how are you? Nyathu Terry Kara. My name's Terry. Nyathu Korantili Yagara Nurumpaka. I'm gathered here on Yagara country. How are we today? This is my second walk and talk, MenYarning Walk and Talk video. I'm back on my usual go-to walk, which is Karawatha forest. So just having a bit of a walk through this morning, and I thought I'd do another video and have a bit of a yarn, because that's what MenYarning Walk and Talk is all about. It's only me at the moment, but my aim is to get as many guys as possible to come along on these walk and talks and just talk, chat, chew the fat about the things that are affecting them or us as men. Because in this day and age, after the last 2 to 3 years, we're in dire straits. Our health and well-being is, I think personally, is at our lowest, or at its lowest. You just got to be out and about. I think I said in my last video, which I cut short, I thought I'd put it on pause, but I ended it. So this is a bit of a continuation, I guess, of the conversation I was having about what MenYarning is about. My aim is to build an awareness campaign, which is MenYarning Mondays, and Mondays is going to be the day which I hope will highlight and get everyone to talk about men's health and well-being. It's not just about men's and health and well-being, it's about everyone's health and well-being. But as I said in the last video, you just got to look at the stats to tell the story about who it's affecting most, which is men, unfortunately. Out of 8.6, 9 people, I think that's a conservative number that's been banded around. Out of that number, 75% the men committing suicide. 6 out of 8 people, 6 out of 9 are committing suicide, which is men. And on that, I'm an Indigenous person, so I'm going to have a high focus on Indigenous health and well-being as well. Indigenous men are 2 times more likely to commit suicide than non-Indigenous men. That's it's when you sit down and think about, and that's each day, people. That's not in a week, a month. That's each and every day. We've got as a population, we've really got to start talking about the elephant in the room. It's starting. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people out there doing work around this space. But I just know from experience, my son's suffered depression for, since high school. He was bullied. We've struggled with him going through, the way he's dealing with that bullying and depression. It started with, eating. He got to 175 kilos because all he did was eat. He's got a gaming addiction. Unfortunately, he does have a highly addictive personality. And now we've got the issue where he's looking for answers in the bottom of a vodka bottle. I'm not an expert. I struggle each and every day with it. As a father and as a man, I don't really know what to do. I've spoken to different people. I just met a lady just before on the walking track. She asked me what I was doing. I told her, and she goes, "Oh wow, I'm in the health and well-being space as well with you. So it's fantastic. So there's people out there doing some great stuff. We just need to really highlight the awareness, and that's why I want to really get MenYarning Mondays off the ground, and put a campaign out there to not just once a year like Are You Okay and all of those other ones. I want to highlight with MenYarning Monday all of the people who are doing work around this space and come together and really try to attack this. I think it's a pandemic. It's a health and well-being pandemic. It's the real thing. Like I said, I'm out there. I'm not immune. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy that's decided, 56-year-old guy that's decided to put himself out there, do videos and talk about not only my stuff, my shit that I deal with each and every day. I'm only human. It's a human experience that I'm having. I'm a spiritual being, but having a human experience, which sounds a bit weird to say, but that's what we are. We are all energy, and we're having a human experience, and a part of that experience is, I guess, it's a human experience. I'm sure most people, I might be just putting it out there, but most people suffer, stuff every day, and we all deal with it in different ways. Hence, alcoholism, hence drug addiction, domestic violence. All of that stuff is a manifestation of what's going on inside us, and that's the way we, some of us deal with it, I guess. For me, I deal with it in a number of ways. Again, I'm not saying it's the right way, but my way of dealing with it, of getting it out of my body, is yelling and screaming, or raising my voice. Sometimes, I'm a passionate man. When I really get my teeth into something, I get excited, my voice raises, and I get people saying to me all the time, "Why are you yelling?" Well, I'm not yelling. I'm just really passionate about what I'm talking about. But there are times, when shit frustrates me, I yell. But I can tell you now, I don't know what would happen if I didn't. It'd build up inside of me, and it'd manifest in some other way. So I don't know. Like I say, it's not right, and that's why I'm starting MenYarning, because that's going to force me to look at the way I deal with things and how I talk about things and how I react to things. So it's going to highlight for me in a public way and force me to deal with it in a better way. That's the way I'm choosing to do it, and I'm hoping that by doing it this way, I'm going to help other people. I'm going to help other blokes, hence the MenYarning. I'm wanting to do these different things, the MenYarning Walk and Talks, doing them every week on a Saturday or a Sunday morning, getting guys to come along. We go on different walks, different locations. After the walk, we'll sit down, have a barbecue, or go somewhere and have a coffee, or go somewhere and have a beer. And sit down and have a bit of a yarn, but we can yarn while we're walking. That's the whole point about what I'm trying to attempt to do. And I'm doing a number of other things. So I'm going to be doing MenYarning lives on Facebook. I guess I'll be doing that very, very shortly. Exactly what I'm doing now, but doing it live. And last week I started the MenYarning meetups, which the first one was held on Monday, and that MenYarning meetup is a virtual meetup at this stage. Again, just to get men to come along in a virtual setting, sit around and talk, chat, chew the fat about the shit that's affecting them. If you don't want to say anything, you don't say anything. If you want to talk, you talk. It's just a safe space for men only. Sorry, ladies, it is a men only space. And what is talked about in the room stays in the room. It's not recorded, it's not put out anywhere. No one in the public can see what we're talking about. It's just us in the Facebook room or the messenger room. You don't need to be on Facebook to attend it. I send out a link and you get invited to attend that room, and that's held on a Monday. That'll be held each Monday night at 7 p.m. And I'll be doing my next one tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So hopefully I'll get a few people along to that. and talk, chat, chew the fat. That's the MenYarning motto. MenYarning motto is talk, chat, chew the fat about the shit that's affecting us as men. Our mental health, not just our mental health, but our total health and well-being, because as we know, all three of those things are linked. Mental health, physical health, and spiritual health are all intertwined. You know, if we're not feeling the best because we're overweight, that's going to affect the way that we think about things, the way that we think about ourselves. If our spiritual health's not in the right place, again, it's going to affect our whole body, because spirit is energy. We are all just walking, talking energy fields. Our whole body is energy. So if our energy is not in the right space, the rest of what we're doing is not going to be in our right space. So yeah, the guys, that's what MenYarning's about, is just getting out. It's forcing me and hopefully other people, other blokes, to come out, do some exercise, walk, talk, get their emotional, spiritual, physical beings well-being balanced. It's all about the balance. Hence trying to hold this bloody camera. It's all about the balance. First time doing these, so hopefully I haven't been rambling on, and my hope is just to reach somebody and hopefully make a difference in their life, for them to sit up and go, yeah, okay, I see what he's talking about. It's a definite. So yeah, I'm just going to switch around, and you can see again, this is just a walk that I haven't done for ages. It's in the Karawatha forest in South Brisbane, around Calamvale. There's a couple of entrances. The main entrance to the park is, I think it's off Compton Road, but there is a back entrance as well, which is off Illawilliam Street, which is nice and quiet. There's a nice little bench and park there, I think I showed in the first video. Yeah, it's just a nice little bush walk, and I get my connection and get back to balance by just getting out into nature. I just love hearing the birds, being in the sunshine. Like I said, I'm guilty. I've let probably the last 3 or 4 months I haven't been doing anything. I've been sitting in front of an idiot box, contemplating about what I want to do, without getting off my backside and doing it. And you know, I got inspired in the last 2 weeks. I've had a couple of conversations with some lovely blokes. One guy phoned me up, and you know, I've never heard him just phone up and do what he did. And he just said, Terry, I need to get some shit off my chest. He says, I'm really seeing what's going on in this world at the moment. And he said, it's making me bloody angry. And mate, I'll tell you what, I'm with you. As I said, I'm a passionate bloke, and I just can't stand what's going on in the world. You know, the division, the separation, men against women, you know, sex against sex. Everything's a division. You know, it's from politics to football games to, you know, gender, bloody, mate, it just goes on and on. At the end of the day, you know, we're all human beings, and I'm not saying we all need to think the same. We are certainly all the same, as in we are living, breathing human beings in a physical body. We're just energy, so therefore we are all the same. It's when the mind comes into it that we see differences. And I don't know, yeah, we're all having an experience. Our experience comes from our perceptions, what we see, and unfortunately, I believe our experiences get manipulated in a big way. And you can just see what's going on. Just open your eyes and see what's going on in the world. I don't think the world is a bad place, but the stuff that's going on in the world at the moment is it's just, yeah, it can be very disheartening. And again, I'm having a human experience, and I get caught up in it. And it's how you get yourself and see yourself, that you're getting consumed or caught up in that. So, like I said, we are having an experience, a human experience, a temporary human experience, because we're not going to be here forever. But I believe the trick, or what I use, is to bring myself back to being the observer of that experience. So to acknowledge that you are the watcher of you having that experience. That sounds pretty deep, but being conscious, if we want to bring it back to one word, I guess, or two words, being conscious. Not walking around like a zombie being unconscious of what's going on and being manipulated. And just bringing ourselves back to who and what we are. And I guess that's that's another topic in itself. Who are we? Who are you? Who am I? I don't want to get too spiritual on people, but it's a question that we've got to ask ourselves. Who do you believe? Well, let me rephrase that. Who do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? Because I am not this body. Switch it back around. I am not this body. I am not my name. My name is Terry. I get called Terry. This skin, bone, this person, this human being walking along talking to you is not who I am. In deep inside. I'm me. I'm just me having an experience. I am consciousness. I am an individual piece of consciousness, whole consciousness, having a human experience. So hopefully that's not going to scare you off, guys, but that's, we are not the experience. We are the observer of that experience, what we're doing, what we're experiencing. We are not bringing it back to I guess, me as a man. What is a man? That's another topic we can talk about next time. What is a man? What is a woman? Again, it's a label. And these are only my opinions, just my opinions, the way I perceive. So everyone perceives differently, everyone understands differently. And it's just being open, I guess, letting everyone have that experience. Letting everyone have their experience. What they see, what they're experiencing is different to you. It's different to me. How we acknowledge that experience, talk about that experience, is up to them. But as another human being, so as of me, MenYarning, doing MenYarning, it's a matter of just being, a listener. Because again, back in, culture, I guess, back in the days, men have been seen to be the fixers. We are the fixers. We want to fix everything. We see something, we want to fix it. Don't care about anything else. We just want to go, okay, that's the problem, we're going to bloody fix it. Let's show you here. This is a nice little spot. It's just tranquil. I'll stop talking for a minute. You'll be able to hear. Little waterfall somewhere off in the distance there I can hear. Yeah, so I just want to share these experiences with you, and in the future hopefully I'm going to get many other blokes to come along and just experience this stuff and chat, talk about what's going on. So hopefully I haven't raved on too much for you guys. I'll have to learn to try and keep them a little bit shorter. I don't know, you can give me your thoughts and your feedback. Go for a little walk in here. I'm going to go off-road. Come for a walk with me. We'll go in here and have a look what's in here. Another little, I like exploring, going off the beaten path. I'm not a follower. Here we go. Here's the little stream I heard. There we go. Just the sound of running water, isn't it? I don't know about you, but you just sit here and just listen to it all day. Little rock pool. I love it. And this is, I think, what we've got to do, people. Guys, we just got to stop. Just stop. Take it in. It doesn't need to be bushwalking. It can be anything that you want it to be. Whatever is going to take you out of the rat race and bring you into the space of now. Whether that's, I don't know, gym. People like to go to the gym. People like going fishing, you know. It's great sitting there just waiting to catch a fish. I haven't done fishing for years. You know, playing golf, it's whatever your thing is that brings you to now. It's just bringing us to now. So we're being with ourselves. Yes, we can do that with other people, and that's what I want to do as well. You know, doing MenYarning adventures, going on camps, taking blokes on camps, going to places that we've, you know, hopefully never been to before. But again, it doesn't need to be somewhere we haven't been. It's bringing like minds, like spirits, people that want to connect. So as I've put in my Facebook page and Instagram, in limited words, MenYarning is about starting conversations. MenYarning is about starting conversations, making connections and building communities. And we do that through talk, chat, chew the fat. Talking, chatting, chewing the fat about what is affecting us. What's affecting us as men, and taking action. It's all great to be talking, but there is going to be an element of taking action as well. So we want people to take action. Again, whatever that action is, it's going to help them get through whatever it is that they're getting through. So I'm going to end this pretty shortly. I was trying to keep it to 15 minutes, but we're at 25 minutes at the moment, so 5 more minutes. Again, these are the first ones that I've done. I'm not sure how they're going to go, whether people want to sit there for half an hour listening to me about my opinions and the stuff that's going on in my life. But again, hopefully doing this is going to help somebody. Not everyone wants to air their dirty laundry and talk about this stuff live. Very few. Again, I might be just talking shit, but my own personal opinion is very few men talk about their stuff. as I like to put it, the shit that's going on inside them. How do we deal with that shit? So yeah, this is the way I do it. I feel so much better. It's been a couple of hours since I've been out here. I've got my camera. Hello. Actually, I might see whether I can take a photo of me doing a video about this. How's that? That'd be interesting. Geez, I crack myself up sometimes. But again, for me, it's getting out in the nature and taking up photography. Photography for me, in doing, walking around, taking photos of nature, the sky, all of that sort of stuff, brings me into the now. You have to be in the now to be doing that, because you've got to be looking at what's around, what's interesting, looking at the small stuff. Look at that sky in the background. Let's see if I can get it. Here we go. Hopefully this is going to turn out all right on video. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but and I'll end on this. Let me just turn it around one more. The road travelled, guys. What path do we want to take? How do we want to deal with the stuff that we need to deal with? Hey, it can be a long road. Look at that. It can be a long road. But the only way that we can travel that road is by taking the first steps. And I believe those first steps are to talk, chat, chew the fat about the stuff that's affecting us as men, as human beings. And on that note, I will leave you to next time. So thank you for listening. Hopefully I've reached somebody today by doing this video. And remember, men yarning, talk, chat, chew the fat. See you next time.